Good evening and welcome to day 95 of session 5. My name is Gisela and I will be your host for tonight. I hope you're having a great evening. Um, so I am joining you from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I am really excited to be here for this for today's topic. Um, just before we start, a few announcements. We will be, if this is your first time, you can either ask for help in the breakout rooms, and they can give you like an introductory session, or you can also watch our recordings of previous meetings. If you would like to change your mentor, if you would like to request additional mentors, also you can go ahead and ask on the chat, and somebody will be able to help you with that. So for this session of the 21 days, we are going to try to maintain an overall, try to sustain a little bit longer periods of silence. So if you've been joining us already for some time, you will notice that there are different things that we are trying to focus. So this time we're going to try to, you will notice that slowly our meditations have a little bit longer periods of silence. And as usual, we will have our foot soak ready. You should have like a tub and some water, a towel, so we can do the foot soak together. We will be listening to a talk of Shri Mataji, and at the end we will have workshops. So to request a mentor, you can ask for help in the chat for the in the chat of, yeah, not for me. I saw a message come up for me, but you can ask for the check-in. I think it's the SY check-in, and then they can help you with that. So at the end we will have our breakout rooms and workshops. So we have a great evening ahead of us. So I think with this, we are ready to get started. So today's topic is going to be about our ego and our fears. And this is a very interesting topic, because usually we don't think that these are very much connected. If you have been joining us, you might have heard in previous sessions that fears usually come from our central heart, that is kind of maybe needing a little bit more attention. And so you might be, this might be something new. And there is, we had, if you were here in the beginning, you probably saw a very interesting quote of Shri Mataji, where she's saying that in every venture that we take up, we should not have any fear, because God is with you. In fact, is the truth. So she says, but when you try through your ego, you fall into the trap of fear. And in the talk that we will listen a little bit later on today, this comes up a lot. So what is our ego? So many times it's very easy to see somebody else's ego. If somebody talks to us in a way that is a little bit harsh, or something that is a little bit that we don't really agree, it sounds like weird, we can say, oh, that person, okay, they think that they know everything and they're on top of the situation. We may not say anything, but we can see very clearly when somebody else displays their ego. But it's a lot harder to see our own egos. And many of us, we probably think that an ego doesn't always express. This is one example I gave of when, you kind of think that you know more than somebody else, and you kind of think that the other person's wrong, but sometimes the ego can be very quiet and very, very, very silent. And in the sense that we might be, one expression of ego, for example, is that this idea that we have some control over things, that we have control over situations, that certain things that we do will create an impact. And even though that doesn't look like it's really ego, but deep inside, it is a layer of ego, in the sense that we are, sometimes we think so much because just the way our lives are, that is the way we deal with our lives, the way we do things and we see results, we plan things, and we have that feeling that we have some control. And then if for any reason we lose that control, what happens? You feel fear. You feel, well, I thought I knew what was going on. I thought I had control over this. And then you kind of go back and go, oops, maybe I don't. And that's what Shri Mataji says, that in the end, this recognition that there is this all-pervading power that is surrounding us, that is taking care of us, and that is actually kind of controlling many things that we think we are. So let's say having that surrender, that okay, maybe I am not really in control of all this. That is when we kind of step down the ego. We give a break for the ego and say, maybe I am not the one who is controlling this. Maybe there is this divine power that is, and then our ego quiets down. So that is one aspect, that many of our fears come from this place. It actually comes from our ego. Sometimes it comes from our idea that we have some control over things. And so when you say, no, I can take a step back and let the divine take over, when we let that ego down, we can get that security that, okay, I don't have to take care of this. There is this other power taking care of it. So we will hear Shri Mataji talk more about this topic in the session ahead. But I wanted to just show you these the ice pack, because the ego, as you know, it's the end of our right side. And so here I have a little ice pack. It has ice. I also have this other kind of ice pack like this, and these you can find at the store. So it's actually very easy. If you want to go and grab some ice and put in a Ziploc bag like this, or if you have something like this, we can try this meditation today, the soak. We will just cool down a little bit our ego. So you might have seen this being used in certain parts of our right side. We have put them. Okay, yeah, you probably are seeing the ice pack. So we have used this before, maybe like on the abdomen over here on the left side, the second chakra, the third chakra. But now we're going to use it on the end of our right side. So the end of our right side is where our ego, it's what we call the ego right here. Okay, and so when we do our foot soak, we're going to meditate a little bit like this. Okay, if you want to wrap a towel, if it's too cold, you can kind of wrap a towel around it like this. But you will notice it doesn't have to be too long, but you probably will notice that it feels very good. It kind of, the thoughts kind of calm down, and anyway, it's a great technique that I am eager to share with you. So the ice is only used for the right side, because our right side is a hot channel. It's the sun channel. And so when we are overactive, and like today we're talking about the ego, it's the end point of our right side. So it gets overly hot. And so we want to try to balance it by cooling it down. So the ice pack should really only be used on the right channel, which, if you recall right here, the two channels, they change positions. So this is why I'm saying that I'm putting the ice on the right channel, but it is on my the left part of my brain. So it's only used on the right channel, but because my right channel goes over here, it ends here, I'm going to be putting the ice pack on the left part of my head, which is the end of my right channel. All right. So I think we can get started. I hope you have your foot soak. I have my foot soak right here, and we can start. We can start by raising our Kundalini energy and giving ourselves abandon. We can vibrate the water by giving the circular motion like this. And then we can dip our feet in the water. We'll close our eyes, keep our hands open. Take a few deep breaths in and out. There's anything that we were doing just before this, anything that we have to do after this that we're thinking about, we're just gonna tell ourselves that, nope, I'm not gonna think about this right now. Right now, it's time for my meditation, for me to be with myself. So we can balance a little bit our two channels. We start balancing our left channel. To balance the left channel, we keep our right hand towards the Mother Earth. And here you can ask Mother Earth, please balance my left channel, my emotional side. Please remove all lethargy, all thoughts and feelings that lead me to think that I am not good enough. Let all of these tendencies of the left side go into the Mother Earth so I can find my balance. And bring our hand back to our lap. And now let's balance our right channel. We'll keep our left hand up towards the sky like this. Here we can ask the ether element, the sky, to please release all imbalances of our right channel. All my worries about the future. We can bring our hand back to our lap. And now we are going to, if you have the ice pack with you, you can take it. And we're going to use this at the extreme of our right channel, which is on the left part of our head. And we can just leave it there for a little bit. You can keep your ice pack for as long as you wish to. If it feels uncomfortable, you can remove it and give it some time. If you feel like you are enjoying it, you can keep it for a little bit more. So this is really kind of up to you, how long you want to keep the ice pack. I usually feel that when I use the ice pack, it really helps to calm down my thoughts. So this is something I really enjoy doing. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please reduce my ego. Please reduce the thoughts that make my ego grow, that make me feel that I am responsible for everything, that I can control everything. Please remove these thoughts. And please give me the security of the Spirit. The security that comes from surrendering to the divine and letting the divine take over. Another place we can keep the ice pack, if you would like to, is at the lower abdomen on the right side. So wherever, when our leg meets our upper body. So that is also great. A lot of our thoughts actually come from this area, the second chakra on the right side. So while you have your ice pack, you can also try that. We can now raise our energy, keeping your hand like this. We start at the base of our spine and we go slowly upwards along our central channel. Inviting our Kundalini energy, this motherly energy that resides in all of us. And it's the one that is truly cleansing our system from within. We invite her to come to our last center at the crown chakra. We can stretch our fingers and gently move the skin of our head in a rotation. And keep our attention on this point. Slowly bring down our hand, keeping our attention at the very top. We can wash our feet and remove them from the foot soak, but let's do this still kind of in a meditative state. You can use some clean water to wash your feet. Then you can dry them. Right now, you can just keep the bucket to the side. Once we are done with the meditation, then you can flush it down the toilet. But for now, we will just try to maintain this nice meditative state. And we will make ourselves ready to hear a little bit of Shri Mataji about what she talks about the ego and the fears.
The richness of the spirit will become very important. That is what is going to be the Sahaj nations, where the richness of the heart, the spirituality, oneness with the divine will become the greatest boon for everyone. But still we are struggling to be on that state. Many are, and still we go into materialistic tantrums or some sort of a stupid worrying fall. All these must be carefully watched. If you can keep this chariot of new progress progressing faster, we are going to create a new world of complete harmony, complete peace, joy, and love. But for that, you are the ones who have to do it. I cannot do it. If I could have done it, I would not have asked you to join Sahaja. It's like a horses and the chariot. Horses are to be driven. Charioteer doesn't drive the chariot. In the same way, you must understand your responsibility that this is the greatest work we are doing. It's not only the industry or the labor and the capital I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the totality of well-being. Of course, all this is a part and parcel of that, no doubt. But the balance should be with the totality. So we have to think of a total well-being. Once we start thinking of the total well-being, then first thing that should come to us, are we capable of bringing up that total well-being? Are we? Have we got the total well-being within ourselves or not? Have we? We are still worried if the plane is coming or not. I mean, we are so mundane, so little, so small. With one bandhan, you can control any plane, any atmosphere, and here you are, still worried about things which are absolutely under your control. So this totality has to be thought over. What is this totality that Mother is speaking? In this totality, a world has to be created of people, by the people, who have no fear. This fear has to be. Behind all this nonsensical nervousness is fear. So for that, what she does is to give Abhaydan. Under her protection, you are beyond fear, you are protected. But if you don't want to believe in yourself and you don't believe into her protection, then nobody can help you. Because everything is mythical for you. In every venture that we take up, we should not have any fear because God is with you, is a fact, is the truth. You just try. But when you try through your ego, you fall into the trap of fear. I have seen egoistical people are the most frightened people and panicked because they panic others and so they think they can be panicked one day. When the English were here, first of all, in England, India, we were all frightened of them. Now, I see that in England, every English family is frightened of others. They'll only open a chink of the door to see who is there and shut it. They're so frightened. I'm surprised they are the same English who ruled us here. And we were so peevish before them. And now they are the ones who are frightened of us. Because when a person who is egoistical tries to dominate others, he sees himself in the mirror and thinks that the other person will dominate. That's how this fear creeps in into our minds, and we start getting all kinds of these stupid tantrums out of this mythical fear. The fear is created by our ego. A person who has no ego, he'll have no fear because he has not harmed anyone. Why should you have any fear? And such a man or such a woman will be looked after by God because God takes over. When you surrender your ego to God, He takes over. But those who have ego, He says, all right, go ahead. Use your ego, try to protect yourself, cut your throat. That's what it is. So when I talk of total benevolence, I am talking about your own total benevolence. So first is the fear, which should go out of your mind completely if you believe in the Almighty God. We'll say, you are Almighty God, you are Almighty this thing. It's all lip service. If you believe that God is Almighty and you are connected with God, then why should you have any fear of anything? But when we say don't have fear, another extreme comes up. We don't have fear, we can do what we like, we can perform everything ourselves, we need not tell anyone. You have to tell God whatever you are doing. You have to take permission, you have to inform in His darbar, in His court, that sir, we are thinking of doing such and such. But you think you are God? You are not. And that's why the another part of non-fear is this kind of an arbitrary behavior, which is very dangerous for Sahaja Yoga, for yourself, or for everybody else. What's the use of coming to Sahaja Yoga if you cannot become the light of the divine? So all of you, each one of you, is not at all a small person, no one. But you don't realize what you are. Still have those funny conditionings by which you think you are no good. All of you can come up and see so many people If they take to total benevolence within themselves, it will manifest itself outside. Absolutely is a fact.
We can continue for a few more minutes of silent meditation before we wrap up. And if it helps, we can massage the top of our head if it's helpful. We can pay attention to our hands. We feel it's gentle, soft, cool breeze. We're warm. We can end the meditation by slowly raising our Kundalini energy. Then giving ourselves abandon. We open our eyes. So we have a few announcements before we start the breakout rooms. So we have an intermediate Sahaja Yoga seminar in New Jersey happening the weekend of November 4th and 5th. And we really encourage you all to enroll, register yourselves. If you're thinking that you're gonna come, that please register yourself. I think the link has just been dropped on it's on the chat. And the spaces are limited, so we do encourage everyone who wants to come to please sign up. There is a $50 registration fee, which is used just to cover the costs of the food and all the materials that will be used. You will go deeper with, there will be Sahaja yoga treatments that we haven't had chance to share with you all in this format online. Chakra clearing, and mostly just enjoying others' experiences and sharing experiences and meeting like-minded people. So it's going to take place in this this beautiful place, and I unfortunately will not be able to attend, but I really highly encourage anybody who can travel or who lives near New Jersey to attend. And we continue with our session 5, which is called The Joy of the Spirit. It will go on up until November 7th. And just as a reminder, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are foot soaks at 8:45 in the same Zoom link. And Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, there is a topic that we bring up. And so next Tuesday, it's going to be about the purity in brother and sister relationships. So that's coming up next week, and I hope you'll be able to join us. Once again, if you would like to request a mentor, you can send a message to, I think it's the Sahaja Yoga meditation in the chat, and they can help you with that. There's also a WhatsApp group. You can find the website with all the previous recorded sessions and handouts. So there's a lot of information there. And we are now going to start the breakout rooms, where you will get to meet with other experienced Sahaja Yoga teachers. And you can either ask them questions, or they can help you work things out. They can show you some techniques if there's something that you would like to get worked on. And so this is happening right now. And so thank you all for joining me today here. I hope you all enjoyed. I definitely did. And yeah, we'll see you all in the 21 days programs. Have a great evening. Please don't log out the workshop is happening just now, so you'll be assigned to a room.